Hello everybody and welcome back. I just wanted to discuss a few things that I have been thinking lately in regard to the Watts case. Again, if you've watched my other videos, these are just my random thoughts. Like I've said before, they change daily, and I'm certainly not against anybody having their own point of view. Everybody seems to look at this case in a different way, and I think that's why we're all so intrigued, because there are so many different ways to look at it, and we all come from different positions and we've all had different experiences, hence our views will differ. I think the biggest key to, if any good can come out of this case, is that, you know, we all respect each other and we all communicate in an adult way, and be open to different interpretations of information, whether they be fact or just speculation / theory. So what I like to do is basically just share my brainstorming, my thoughts. I try not get too caught up in it, but when you have invested a lot of time into a case, it's hard to just turn off, especially with everything that's been going on at the moment. I don't know if you did watch the live that Heather, who was the creator of the channel Unmurdered, had today. It was quite good. Had a really good range of guests on her panel. Armchair Detective. She had Sher, I think it's called Voices Behind the Wall. Her husband, Mr. Sher. Prairie Boy, I believe he's called. Another young lady, it's terrible, I can't remember her name, but she's a new YouTuber. She was also great. And then we had two fellow Australians. We had Dave and Bartwan. Both are really good guys. So, and also Larry made an appearance. So it was a really good live, and I think a lot of things were cleared up, and I actually got a lot of information out of that. The biggest one is obviously Heather's belief now, or acceptance. I'm not exactly sure what word to use there, because I think she's a professional. I think she was always quite open to the fact that Chris Watts is a compulsive liar. But I think just the realization of how much he's just been playing everybody hit her a little bit in the last 24 hours. So she wanted to come on and just discuss that. I also want to have a bit of a discussion about Chris Watts being an absolute liar. Why we would even question that, I really don't know. But it got me, and it's had me thinking for a while, because I just could not for the life of me really figure out why the Watts camp is gunning for Nichole Atkinson. I mean, this woman has just done absolutely nothing wrong but be an angel, an absolute angel to her best friend Shanann. And, you know, I want to say this, and this is a huge if Nichole did go into the house, or her son, you know what? So what? If my best friend was pregnant and I had been away with her a weekend and I knew she was upset and she was not answering her door or her phone and it was out of character, I tell you what, I would be making my way into that house too to check on her, because that's what friends do. We're not talking about Nichole Atkinson breaking into a home. We're not talking about her stealing. We're talking about if, and that again is a big if she went into that home, it was purely out of care for her friend. So I just think the whole thing there is just absolutely ridiculous. But it does make you question why. Why are the Watts looking at Nichole Atkinson? Why? So with that, and with taking everything that Chris Watts says as being a lie, I think a lot of people followed and believed when he said, oh, you know, said to Heather, oh, I don't wish any harm on Nichole Atkinson, and I'm really upset that this is happening to her, and yada 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 yada. Now this, if anyone has watched the footage of when Chris Watts arrives, the looks that he gives Nichole Atkinson, I mean, if looks could kill, it was an absolute look of anger, in my opinion. He was furious with her. He was furious that she'd rung the police, that she'd rung friends, that she'd rung Sandy, that she had got onto him as quickly as she did. She basically foiled all his plans. It's Nichole. It's Nichole that stopped everything from, well, maybe I think he still would have ended up where he is, but certainly got that going a lot quicker. Like, he didn't give him any time to clean up after himself, really. So we've also heard from people that are professionals that have a qualified psychiatrist and psychologists come out and diagnose CW as, in their opinion, I suppose no one can do a diagnosis in a true manner, but in their professional opinions, that he potentially could be a covert narcissist and also a psychopath. So when we mix all those ingredients together and we look at the attack that has been unfolding online in regard to Nichole Atkinson, it makes me sit back and think, is this CW behind the scenes? Is this his way of going to war? Is this his way of inflicting pain? Is this his way of revenge against Nichole Atkinson for what she managed to do, which was stop this monster? She stopped him. And as we know with psychopaths, if you go and read up, and covert narcissists, to have their mask, especially a covert slip, is like the hugest insult. So it really aligns well in my mind that quite possibly Chris is behind the 35C. Chris is feeding his father the information, which in turn is going back to Lana and Jay and so forth on this campaign of smear and just absolutely disgusting behaviour towards Nichole Atkinson. Just disgusting. I mean, this woman has been through so much, and the only thing I keep coming back to is it's revenge. Nobody does anything for no reason. There is a reason behind why they are gunning for NA. And yes, reasonable doubt, all these things, I do understand. I do understand if they go and they proceed, they are also looking for reasonable doubt. But you know, there's other people that they could use as scapegoats. There's certainly lots of other people, and we've seen that presented on another fantastic channel, CDT. Great girls, Kelly, and I think her co-host at times name is Amber. Strongly suggest you go check them out. They're very factual, they go through everything. And they have presented other people as a theory that could potentially have known of what was happening, but we don't see the what's going after them, do we? We see them going after NA. And like I said, the only correlation that I can come back to is nasty, festering CW, and it's his way of hurting her, even from the inside. Anyway, that's my thoughts for the day. Like I always say, they can change tomorrow. That's just being human and growing and learning as we go along. I would be really interested in your views. Like I say, if you think that I'm totally off base, more than welcome to say so. Like I just ask for mutual respect, that's all. Alright guys, I've got to get back to work. Have a great day, and tomorrow for me is the weekend, so it'd be nice to have some time off. Alright, take care. Bye.